Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be expanding on something I said in my last video. If you haven't checked it out, it's 13 changes ABI needs. I don't really know how to pop it up on screen right now. Just check out the channel, you know? But what I said in that video is one of the changes I would like to see is wipes. And I knew I was going to get a lot of flack for the wipes thing, you know? But since it seems like most people are interested in that part of the video, I want to make another video kind of expanding on that, why I want wipes and why I think it's actually good for the game, you know, a little bit more than I gave you in that video. So an argument that people have on why they don't want wipes is, or why we don't need wipes, is the mode limitations coming up. I think on normal it's going to be like 300k, lockdown might be 500k, and then forbidden, you know, all out, whatever, all out war, right, over on Forbidden. But in my opinion, I just don't think that the mode limitations are going to matter as much as we think. I mean, at least for the reasons that I think we need wipe. Mode limitations just, you know, it is what it is. I mean, when you got 500 mil in the bank, when you got 500 mil Cohen, I mean, even if you do play normal, which why would you, none of the people that have been playing long term are going to be playing in the low tier modes, right? It's going to be mostly new players. But even if they did, they're going to be maxing out their kits in that mode anyway, you know, facing little Timmy who's on his last 150k and his buddies ain't on. He's trying to do a solo raid. You're going to have 4 Slap Johnsons slapping him upside the head. You know what I'm saying? With their 300k kits in normal mode anyway. So I think it's a good idea on paper, and let's see how it pans out in real time. We're just going to have to see how it goes. But I just don't think that the limitations are going to matter as much as we think. You know what I'm saying? And because these older players, or the majority of the player base who's been playing for a long time and has all their money, since they're not really going to be running the lower tier modes, new players are going to be joining into like empty lobbies, right? Empty raids, or just if they don't get rid of AI filled raids. And I mean, how long can you have fun like that, right? I mean, it just comes down to like new players are going to be more likely to quit the game earlier because they're joining into empty lobbies, or they're joining into AI only lobbies, which we're having a problem with right now. Hashtag remove the AI, right? Get it out of the game. But even right now, you know, with how many players have been lost already, we're already joining into AI lobbies, right? We're already joining into empty lobbies. Think of it from a new player's perspective. You've already invested your time and your love into this game, right? So you're going to play until you figure out whether they're going to remove AI. And not everybody hates AI, right? But a new player might come in, and you know what? My buddy Wickham Gaming, go sub him up on YouTube. He mentioned something to me earlier. A big streamer, I can't remember his name, Summit1G or something, whatever. He was streaming the game, right? And he was joining into nothing but bot lobbies, okay? And, you know, he's a pretty big streamer. His opinion matters to a lot of people. He said the game was trash, right? Because his first experience was joining into AI empty bot lobbies. Like, nobody wants to play against AI. And that's what new players are going to be loading into, while all the older players are over on the big modes, right? So they're going to be more likely to quit the game quicker than if we just had wipes and everybody was able to play whatever, whenever. You know what I mean? I mean, other than that, you know, wipes give a never-ending opportunity for new players to keep joining the game long term. Wipes force everyone back to an even playing field. So in 6 years, when little Timmy finds out that ABI exists, guess what? He might struggle for a month, but a month after that, after he finds the game, and maybe he was thinking about quitting the game or finding a different game, or maybe going to play Tarkov or something, a wipe's gonna happen, which is gonna bring everybody back to the even playing field. He's gonna feel like, oh, maybe I can stand a chance now. And he's going to stick around longer to play the game longer. Without wipes, people get bored, okay? Or for new players, without wipes, they're just always going to be getting dominated. I think that's the problem. And it doesn't matter how many limitations you set on anything, they're always going to have less, be running lower kits than people who do have a lot of coin, regardless of the limitations. And that's just my opinion on that. What do you think about it? Do you think the limitations are going to matter as much as we hope they do? I don't know. They might, but I don't know. Let me know down in the comments what you think about it, because I just don't think, I think it's a good idea on paper, but I don't think it's really going to pan out the way we think. And it's not going to cure the boredom that comes after a couple years of playing the same exact game. I've seen some people say in the comments that I just want, you know, of my last video, I just want wipes because I'm a streamer. I mean, that is part of it. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and say because I'm a content creator, that has nothing to do with why I want wipes. It keeps my content fresh. It keeps my enjoyment in the game fresh. I don't get bored as easily. Wipe day is always fun. You know, who doesn't like to watch a wipe day stream or play wipe day or whatever and try to get ahead of the game, you know, in front of everybody else before they get on for wipe or whatever. It just adds a whole new level of fun to the game that I think we need, man, to keep us engaged long term, not just a couple years. I'm talking a decade. Any game that's comparable has wipes. I said it in the last video. Any game that you can even come close to comparing to this game that is even popular has wipes. I know some people just want to play this casually, man. And maybe they can make a casual mode or introduce a wipe mode, but then you're breaking apart the community, and we don't have that big of a community anyway. Raid times, you know, getting into a raid has already increased, doubled, or if not tripled since I first started this game. When I first started playing ABI, raid times were like instant because there were so many players playing, but all the choices that have been made recently has drove a lot of players away. Right. So then if you do something like create a softcore and a hardcore mode, then you're splitting them even further, which increases raid times. Right. We don't really want that. That just gives us something else to complain about. Right. So, but I mean, seriously, as far as the boredom thing, how many 100 mil coins can you chase? How many red items can you find? How many things can you put in your inventory until you're just bored and you don't care about it anymore? Right? Oh, literally, comment down below the number. How much coin would it take for you to get bored? Is it 100 mil, 200, 500, 1 bill, or never? You know what I mean? Could you just keep growing your coin? But I think at some point, growing the coin, which is the progression in this game. Some other people were saying there's no progression in this game, but growing the coin is the progression. Once you lose the progression, you lose the fun. And there's only so much trudging through the mud once you lose the spark and the fun for the game that you can keep playing the game until you eventually find a different game that gives you that spark back, right? And that's what wipes are good for. It gives you that spark back every few months. I think we need 3-month wipes. It gives you 4 wipes a year. And as I said in the last video, to casual players, I'm sorry, but if you're not there for the wipe, you're not going to get to where the other people that were there for the wipe get. Tough, you know? Maybe next wipe. That's the great thing about having wipes. It's always maybe next wipe, man. Maybe next, hey, I got a whole new plan for next wipe. You know? Or without wipes, it's, oh, well, I'm able to just grind whenever I want and do whatever I want whenever I want. It's just to me, in my head, you hear how I say, some people love that, but to me, that is just a snooze fest, man. I like being on a time crunch. A game like this is already based around high stress situations anyway, and that's what makes it fun, right? That's what makes any game like this fun, is the stress, the dopamine release, the making the big plays, right? And it just, having to be there for wipe day to even be able to keep up with everybody else is part of what keeps people coming back to the game. It's what keeps the spark alive. It's what keeps people having fun. I mean, you know, even if you don't want wipes, how many years can you play the game? I've probably already said this, but literally, how many years can you play the game until you're bored and you find, or a new extraction shooter comes out and now you want to play that one because that one's got new stuff. It's got new items. Everything's new. It gives you that spark back. The PvP's great. The graphics are even better, you know? But if you have wipes, you could take a game like Tarkov, which is One of the worst running games I have ever played, and it will have the most sacrilegious, loyal fan base even after 10 years because they constantly get to come back and do something fresh, something new, you know, because of wipes. You see how many people play Tarkov? You see their community? You see how loyal they are, you know? And I think after a couple years, ABI will lose that without wipes. It's one thing on mobile, you know, I know most of the mobile people, they definitely do not want wipes because mobile gamers are a little more casual. Pick up the phone while you're taking a shit at work or something. I'm going to do a quick raid, you know. PC gamers, not just me, but most PC gamers are a little more hardcore, right? They sit down, they play for 2, 3, maybe 4 hours at a time most of the time, right? Especially if you're a content creator, you're going to be definitely sitting there for 3, 4 hours. Right? So yes, absolutely. We do get a little bored a little quicker. PC gamers, not just mobile gamers, okay? A majority of PC gamers get bored quicker. So we need things to keep us interested and going, right? But I mean, it is what it is at the end of the day. And I mean, for all you casual guys, I mean, who just want to keep all your stuff, never lose it. I mean, buddy, it's just pixels. Think about all the games you have already beat in the past. Think about all the games you've played multiple times. You done beat it and you have never opened it again. You know what I'm saying? You've never opened it again because there's nothing new to do. You did it all. You done did it all. But guess what you didn't do? You didn't have a wipe that wiped everything. Okay? And now you're back on an even playing field with the rest of the gosh dang server and you're out there and you all got tier 3 kits or tier 4 kits. Right? That's what you haven't done. Okay, I've heard some people mention a prestige system, and that would be better than nothing, right? It would be better than nothing, but it defeats the whole purpose of bringing everybody back to an even playing field. Because why would I prestige? Why would I lose everything? And I'm back in raid with people who are maxing out their kits and they got 500 mil and them losing a kit doesn't even matter. Why would I even prestige? Just to be at a disadvantage? You know? I mean, in a game like this, prestige is, why would you do it? You know, that's why a wipe forces everyone back to the even playing field that we desperately need to keep this game going for many years to come and not just a couple. But what do you guys think about my take on it? I know some of you, a lot of you disagree, but that doesn't mean we have to hate each other, okay? We just disagree about a little thing in a video game. But a lot of you might agree as well, and you'll love me, right? But either way, if you enjoy ABI content, I got a lot of Season 2 Ignition content coming up in the future. That's going to be dropping soon. I'm going to be streaming a lot of that, releasing content on that. We're going to be making discussion videos about the new season coming up and all types of stuff. So if you're interested in this type of content or gameplay or streams, make sure you subscribe, slap that like button so I get in your feed, hit that notification bell as well, man. I do appreciate it. A lot of people say they don't get notified, but I mean, that's the best way to try to get notified. Discord is in the description. I can never say that. Discord is in the description. If you have a Discord and you want another way to get notified, or just join the community and talk outside of YouTube, right? All right, boys, that's going to be it for tonight. Comment. Let me know what you think. I'm out of here. Peace.